give the word to our app called DanceNet. And DanceNet is basically an app that will help. DanceNet. DanceNet is basically to give out the word of the concept of 6 degrees of separation, which is for our exhibit upstairs, which is called Network Dance Floor. And so if we go to the next slide, we have here Kevin Bacon. And Kevin Bacon is an example of someone who has 6 degrees of separation. And for those that don't know what 6 degrees of separation is basically if a person knows 6 different people, you basically know the whole planet, all right, everyone in the planet. And if you go to the next one, he knows a lot of people because he knows movies and an actor and so to that actor. And we want to promote the idea of 6 degrees of separations to the visitors, so like that they can also be part of it. So if we go to the next slide, a lot of people at the exhibit, Network Dance Floor, they go in and they dance, and that's all they do. They dance and they don't really get the concept. They look at the floor, they're like, what are the arrows? You know, still not getting the concept. And this is a problem. Next. You know, they question themselves, what are we doing here? You know, what's the point of it? And next one. And if we, next slide. And then if we look right here is what, no. Yeah, so right over here we have a quotation which talks about 6 degrees of separation. We have right here the idea of what's going on about networks and so. And you know, people are not reading that, they're dancing around, they ignore this. And right here we have another picture of people being connected in 6 degrees, and they don't see that either. So we feel that our app will help them understand that. And it's going to go for our solution, and our solution is our app. Go into Seja.
All right, so as Nancy said, our solution is the one and only DanceNet. So DanceNet, our app, is a family-friendly app. It's targeted towards visitors of all ages. We were mainly focusing on anywhere from like preteens, so 9 to 40, but we're even trying to go younger than that. So, because we definitely see little kids on the floor and they're dancing and stuff, and we really want the New York Hall of Science visit to be a family thing. So also, visitors, they get to engage in their own learning. They get their own say. They get to customize their avatar. They even get to choose what dancer they want. And the app itself is a visual representation of the exhibit with a better understanding. So as Nancy said, the information, there's a lot of information over there, but it's just a big empty space. And we feel like it's the information, it needs to be learned. It's critical, especially in today's world. And we feel like the app, DanceNet, it will definitely help visitors, old or young, understand that. So yeah. If I hand it over to Kareem, he'll explain our layout.
Okay, so this is a demo of our app, DanceNet. So on the first screen, there's two buttons here, the Start button and the Instructions button. If I were to click the Instructions button, it would take you to this screen, which give you like an about screen about our app. And I will click Create Avatar. Okay, here is a Create an Avatar screen. Here is the avatar, and you will have an opportunity to make the name, choose the gender, the hair type, short, long, or medium, skin color, light, medium, or dark, and then eye color. And you also have an opportunity to pick the type of dance that you want your avatar to do. We have the tango, hip hop, ballroom, and etc. And click the Start Connecting, then your avatar, a picture of your avatar would be here on the dance floor, but it's all alone. Like it's dancing by itself. It's lonely. And here is the first degree, and it's all your friends that you know, like close friends. And then next, if I would click this, it's the second degree where it's the friends of your friends. And so it's like more people come to the party so you can dance all together.
They're also dancers, by the way, also.
And these arrows actually show the connection, and then the colors are like a representation of like the first degree and the second degree. Okay, go for it. And then here is the third degree, which shows your friends' friends' friends, which it's almost like a world party, if you could say. But this is only the third degree. Imagine a 6th degree, it'd be thousands of people. And this shows your avatar and it's connected with these arrows all over the world, which is all these other dancers. And it embodies the fact of the 6 degrees, because it shows that like those people that you knew at first, then all those people knew other people, which knew other people, which knows everybody. And I'm going to say Jeff.
So every grade app, including DanceNet, unfortunately has competition. So we have like Sims, like different type of games where you're a simulated person. We have Club Penguin, especially for younger visitors. I'm pretty sure a lot of kids use that. So they're also an avatar. But we feel like all these competitions, like the competitors, like Farmville, Neopets, Club Penguin, we feel like it's a distraction within it. Although it does promote the same thing that DanceNet is trying to get across, we feel like it's like there's games, there's challenges, there's other tasks being learned. But DanceNet here, it has one single point, and that's to get across the information that's being missed in network fuller connections upstairs. So we feel like if it's simple, kids will learn it way more easier. Also, we feel like I said earlier, that the information, we feel like it's needs to be learned. Because as explainers, we go up there, we explain. They're like, oh, I've heard of networks, I've heard of connections before, like in that AT&T commercial, that T-Mobile commercial. But they don't exactly know what it is. But if they had DanceNet on their phone, they will be able to know that information and be like, okay, now I know better. So, yeah, and I'm going to hand over to
So marketing, right? So the first thing we're going to talk about is who are the people who are going to be using the actual app. So we're going to talk about ages between 6 to 40, meaning kids who have the parent's phone who has Android, to preteens, even to teenagers who also have phones at this time of age. Also to even the parents or even adults that could be using these phones. Now the way that we're going to market this is basically through promotion. We have promos, flyers that we given out at admission. We're going to have on the flyers QR codes. Basically do is just take a picture, as you can see here on the side, of the code and eventually get a download of the app. Now, the main first people that are going to get this app is going to be members. They're going to get a free trial for a week or even 3 days, right? And eventually they'll have to pay $1. And eventually a couple of weeks later, it'll be released to the public. Once the public gets it, hopefully that app will start picking up, and eventually we start to see a big profit, especially when there's a large number of users who has an Android phone. And I'll send it back to Sage.
So why will kids love it? Because they get to customize their own dancer. I mean, I feel like that's definitely a big part when kids are using something. They want to be able to like express, like be individual. Alright, also those tech-savvy preteens with their phones. You see them around the museum floor, they're always glued to their phones. But since that phone is stuck to their hand, how would they actually use it instead of just texting their friends around the museum? And they'll be able to scan the QR code and actually learn with either their little brother or little sister, and also with their family. Also, it helped them understand the exhibit better. We're definitely trying to stress the point, the concept that's trying to be learned in the dance floor upstairs. And we feel like it's being used today, especially with, like I said, the commercials. We feel like it's become, networks and connections. It's definitely becoming part of our vocabulary permanently today. And we feel like kids will know about this better, and it'll help them later in the future. And we definitely want them to be like, hey, I learned that from the New York Hall of Science. So also younger kids, they can have their parents more engaged in their NYSCI visit. As I mentioned earlier, we see parents sitting like on the benches. How about they actually engage in their visit here with their child? Their child is all the way across the floor. How about they actually have their visit be a family visit, not just the kid roaming around? So yeah, I'm gonna hand it over to Joa. Oh, well, forgot one more. So also parents will enjoy it. How can I forget? I'm so sorry. So why will we enjoy this app? The 3 E's. It's engaging, it's educational, and it's for everyone. And most importantly, it's safe. Parents are worried about their children's safety today. But don't worry, because the dancers that your avatar connect with, they're completely computer simulated, so you're not engaging, you're not encountering stranger danger. So now I'll hand it over. Now I'll hand it over to Joa.
So on the road ahead, so I mean the future plan basically what we're trying to do is eventually most of you have played Farmville, we have built farms on your own. But here what we're trying to do is eventually we're going to end up building our own buildings, our own system, our own world, virtual world eventually, through this app that we have, through the connection of the people that we know. Usually we try to keep this, eventually a visitor will come, make a world, a house, or a structure, and eventually a couple years later they could come back and actually see the world or the structure and how it has improved with other visitors also applying to it as well.
Also, elder avatars can also help out a building or house. So it's basically a communication. They have to communicate. They will chat with each other. Oh, I want to build this with you. They build it up to that way. So they will always come back.
So,
Thanks.
so don't be alone. Don't be a lonely wolf. You want to go out. You want to use DanceNet here at the New York Hall of Science. So you know what? Be part of the wolf pack. All right? Be part of the wolf pack. I know you want to be, and don't be alone. So when you come here, be part of the wolf pack. Let the New York Hall of Science be the hub. Let the app DanceNet be the link to here. So it can become part of your routine and you won't be left out. You'll have your wolf pack to support you. All right? And that's our app DanceNet.
Are there any
Questions? Do we have time for questions?
I have one question. Do you imagine, so as you were doing the screen where you add your first layer, and then second layer and third layer, and you didn't really go to sixth layer, but you kind of said, do you think it would begin to get cluttered on your, I guess my question is like, in your mind, do you stop at 6 people? So you're only allowed to sort of join 6 people, and then those people are only allowed to, at what point does it become cluttered on your screen?
I think definitely when you reach the 6th degree. I mean, definitely in the future road, the road ahead, if our app is successful and that's definitely a problem, we might be able to, well, definitely fix that if it's a problem. Maybe we can come up with a feature where they can only do 4 degrees, 5 degrees, 6 degrees if they want to go the whole entire mile. So if that becomes a problem, we can definitely cater to the visitors. But hopefully, if our app is picked, it'll be successful.
And also, 6 degrees is what we're promoting. So as soon as they go to 6 degrees, they'll see the world. I know, basically they'll get the concept. And after that, they can always expand. It's infinite to how much they can expand.
And the concept, when they get the concept, is there a very obvious way that you want them to get the concept, or are you designing it so that you're hoping that they will get the idea of the world being connected, or is there something like very obvious, like some big text that comes up, or some big like message that goes on that you have already pre-programmed when they, I guess I'm not, you don't have to answer it now, but just to think about, like, if we have such a hard time at the exhibit, what would your app do to kind of solve the problem of them kind of getting lost in the activity and not understanding the one big idea?
Definitely at the end of the app, we reinforce the theory of 6 degrees of separation. Also, we're hoping, it's kind of like a hidden message maybe. You see the arrows being connected to other dancers from your avatar, and they'll be like, hey, there's arrows on the floor also. This must have to do with something being connected because these people are linked together. You're kind of the hub, and it says hub on the wall also. So we're hoping that visitors, they'll be able to pick up that and piece it together.
And we also put the vocabulary, network, the hub, the link is a connection, to try to use the vocabulary and they'll understand it. And then when they say, oh, link, I heard that in the app, that means this. So.
There's nothing magic about the number 6. The only reason that 6 degrees of separation is a phrase that everybody's heard is because somebody once said that everybody is connected to everybody else through 6 people that they know. And so, a guy who lives in New York City is connected to a shepherd in the Ukraine by 6 people, and it turns out that that's actually pretty close. It's not not necessarily 6, but it's like less than 10.
Yeah.
But but even if you got 2 or 3 degrees of separation, you have lots and lots of people that you didn't expect. So I have lots invested in this exhibit. So.
Thank you.
Thank you.